Hi, this is Jenny Williams with Get a Real Estate Life, and welcome to 60 Minutes to Six Figures, our Google Hangout. And you never know what's going to happen when you work with busy, highly productive real estate agents. So we've had a little bit of a topic change today. We definitely want to get you the information about condo sales and about learning and navigating that process. We've had a couple things come up today, and we're not going to be discussing that today. Now, Misty Joseph, who is our amazing client, and she is the #1 condo salesperson in Birmingham. She's actually going to do a live event, and we will make sure that you get information from that event very soon. But today, we're actually going to be talking about how to take full advantage of the hot market that's going on right now. And please welcome to our Google Hangout our other six-figure coach, Kimberly Bibb. Hey, Kimberly.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad to be with you. Looking forward to a great call.
Yes, thank you so much for jumping in and helping us get some great information out to agents today. Also want to welcome to our Google Hangout Matt Johnson with Vyral Marketing. Matt is a tremendous help to us and our organization and to a lot of our clients that use Vyral Marketing. If you've never heard of Vyral Marketing, definitely go to, is it getvyral.com, Matt?
You got it.
Okay, great. And what they do is they help your clients stay in touch with you, help you stay in touch with them by providing a lot of content and video marketing. Our clients that use Vyral really appreciate their services. And of course, we do here at Get a Real Estate Life.
Thank you. I really appreciate the introduction. And if anybody has any questions that you'd like to bring to Jenny or Kimberly while we're on the Hangout, if you post them on the Google Plus page, I'll be able to interject and kind of bring your questions to everyone's attention and get them answered live.
Thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate that. Kimberly, you and I throughout the years, we want to give just a few tips about condo sales and the process of that before we really get into, taking full advantage of today's hot market, because it is crazy good right now, and I want every real estate agent to take full advantage of it. But I don't know about you. I know throughout the years I've sold very few condos. It was definitely not my specialty, and that's why I have so much respect for Misty, because she knows it inside and out. Tell me what your experience is with condo sales.
Well, I think the best real estate agents I know are all about protecting their clients. And when you get into condo sales, it's a completely different world out there. So I think it would behoove you to talk to Misty Joseph or someone else where condo sales is their specialty, to make sure that you don't get them into a lot of trouble and cost them a lot of money. So I'm really looking forward to getting together with Misty so we can bring some valuable information. But you just have to make sure your clients are protected, and that means knowing what you're doing.
Well, that's for sure. And, one of the trickiest things about condo sales is financing these days, especially when it comes to the homeowners associations or condos associations. And one thing that I would definitely recommend is seek out the lenders who can definitely help you take full advantage of financing properties and condos, because they will be, your lifesaver. When you get in a snafu or you're writing an offer a certain way, they will help guide you through it, because there are a few lenders right now that are in the condo game. So seek those out and really become allies and partners with them. I know that for us in Birmingham, there are a couple of lenders that enjoy condo sales and being in that market, and I know for our clients, Earl and Jonathan and several of our clients have closed with or are in the process of closing with Movement Mortgage. They handle condos well. So if you have movement in your market, then definitely reach out to them and find out more about that. Again, we're going to get you some great notes on condo sales, and we're sorry that we swapped the topic on you at the last minute, but stuff happens. We've got excellent content for you today, though, because this market is hot, and Kimberly, I know that your clients have been tearing it up. You got a couple of emails this morning sharing good news about productivity. So you want to, share like the results and how they've gotten them?
Yes, I have been working all weekend, getting some great calls from clients. I know I was talking to one client Saturday night at 11:30 p.m. I usually wake up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in the morning, but my real estate agent client was telling me about an awesome weekend she had, and she was so busy, and that was her first opportunity that we could talk. So I didn't mind taking that call at all. But people are really out there looking. I'm so glad that the market is hot right now. And some of the calls that I've been getting are houses under contract in 28 days, under contract in 43 days, and we're making a big push with some just sold cards about that because houses, the buyers are very serious right now. And the other thing is some of the internet leads. You used to have to go through a lot of bad apples to get a really good lead, and some people have had some great immediate success with some internet leads. One of them this weekend was a company lead, and the lady just called her out of the blue wanting to look at an $800,000 property that she didn't have listed, and it made her a little bit nervous because it was too good to be true, she thought. But come to find out, she called the lady back, and I said, find out, where the lead came from, and it came from her company website. So she had spent a little bit of time working that, and she was real quick to answer her call. She showed the house one day, showed it to the husband the next day, and getting ready to write an offer, hopefully today or tomorrow. So great things are happening, and internet leads are one of them. So I think right now you can go through a lot less leads because there's some really serious people out on the internet.
Well, and let's take that one example, because what I want you agents to be able to get out of this is, okay, what can I take from this and immediately implement? And when she's talking about a company lead, that came from, this is a RE/MAX agent, right, Kimberly?
Yes, that's correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, and Donna Fitz, who is one of our lovely clients, she has been teaching how to use the RE/MAX tools and systems. And what she's been teaching is taking Lead Street and using it on Boost and Facebook ads, like the links to your listings, but also using RE/MAX Insights. And if you happen to be a RE/MAX agent, you can become more familiar with those terms. But what that ends up doing is that ends up putting your name and information out on the internet and attracting people who will be interested in, let's say, whatever certain information that you put out there. Let's say on an Insight, you wrote a little message on your Insight that Highland Lakes has a gorgeous view today, the sun's out, and, I saw some people fishing on the lake. It's as simple as that somebody might actually find you attached to that and call you. Some of the other things, though, that have been working attached to that are taking your links to your properties and actually doing a Facebook ad that's highly targeted. And you can spend as little as $20 on this, Kimberly. You don't have to spend a ton of money. And think about those Facebook ads replacing our old home books, like our showcase books or our real estate guides, and except being highly, highly targeted to the exact buyer or, the people, the demographic that would be interested in this certain property. For instance, let's say that you have a horse farm. And, lots of our agents list horse farms here in Birmingham and all over the country. And you can actually you can put in your Facebook ad and be that targeted that hobbies and interests would be horses, so that all the horse lovers would end up getting information about this certain property. Okay, that's really been having our agents' phones ring off the hook with property showings lately. So definitely learn how to do a Facebook ad. You don't have to have a lot of budget. Definitely get that out there because you're going to end up getting showings on your properties and a lot more traffic. And that's what you need to take full advantage of right now. Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I think that's a great idea, and it's so budget friendly to do those Facebook ads. And the better you do your Facebook ads, the more the better clientele that you're going to get. Just like when you sit down at a buyer's appointment and you're going through all their criteria to pull up the very best, the cream of the crop houses.
We have some of those listings too.
The cream of the crop, that's embarrassing, houses, that's going to make your showings shorter because you've pulled out the very best houses for them. So the more time that you spend on targeting those Facebook ads and really knowing who your buyer is going to be, the better result you're going to have. And, it's going to be very budget friendly too. So but that's an excellent point.
Matt, I don't know about what you're doing at Vyral, but have you been marketing at all through Facebook ads?
It's not part of our core program, but we'll help our clients do one to get started just to see how it goes. I haven't heard of people having great success generating seller listings, but you're teaching something a little bit different, and so we haven't experimented a lot with like advertising specific listings, but to me it's almost like an open house. You're not even necessarily marketing that specific listing to get that listing sold. It's more about bringing more buyers into your pipeline, and then once you meet with them, then you show them the other houses that might be an even better fit for them. And so it remains to be seen. It really does come down to how much you put into it and the time that you take to really get the targeting right. Like you mentioned with something like a very specific property like a horse farm, you can really get very specific on your targeting and demographics. And if anybody wants to check it out, there's 2 different resources to get really good information on how to do Facebook advertising, and some of it might be a little bit more in-depth than you need, but John Loomer, I believe it's johnloomer.com, he's kind of like a Facebook marketing specialist. And then digitalmarketer.com also has some really good blog posts on how to do Facebook ads and what you should use for share images. So we can put that in the notes below the on the event page just to give people the links to actually get to those. But those are kind of the 2 that I would pay attention to if you want more detail on how to do Facebook ads.
Okay. See, I knew, Matt, that you would provide resources.
Well, I don't actually know anything. I just know who knows things. That's
all you have to know.
That's right.
It's a great way to promote your properties. And I can also give you this as a tip. Stop posting all your properties all the time because people will start hiding you. When you do a Facebook ad, then you won't become so obnoxious while you're posting all your properties all the time in a regular news feed. So this will actually get it to a targeted audience that is interested in your property because your friends probably won't be. I mean, it's good to remind them that you're in real estate, but sometimes you can do overkill on social media. So just want to make sure we give you that tip as well. Kimberly, one of your updates, though, I think also mentioned another tool that is just blowing up right now, and that is 800 numbers, right?
Yes. Yes, 800 numbers are huge right now, but it's really funny. Some of my clients say, I have huge success with 800 numbers, and then some clients are like, they don't do that much for me. The difference is answering your phones, and I think how excited you are when you answer your phones and the information that you provide. We have a couple of agents that are just killing it with the 800 numbers, and you put those on your flyers as a call capture feature, and they immediately call them back. So they treat it somewhat like an internet lead, only the difference is your prospect is sitting in the driveway of your listing when they call because they're getting out of their car and getting the flyers right into their hands. So one of our clients, I think, has a $200,000 got a $200,000 cash lead over the weekend, and she's probably going to be writing an offer on that. So, just answering your phone, that's a money maker, that's money ringing, and it all depends on how you answer it and the information that you provide.
Right, and several of our clients, because we believe in the 800 numbers so much, and the IVR, interactive voice recognition services. We believe in them so much that we provide them for our coaching clients, and lots of our clients have actually paid for coaching by using and converting clients just from the tools that we give them for free. So because it's more likely that you'll end up selling your own properties whenever you implement. And you can call Arch Telecom. It's very inexpensive, and they will teach you how to do it. One tip I want to give you on that, though, is a lot of the companies with IVRs will try to talk you into using sign writers for putting the 800 numbers on it. Your response rate will go way down if you do that. And we're talking about taking full advantage of the hot market. You need every tool that actually works in your favor up and running, and you need to use it to its fullest potential. Therefore, do not use those sign writers. If your calls go down, then the whole point of using it has just gone right out the window, and that's more money that you're putting out on a tool that you won't get the best return for. So we've done all of the research and the testing for you. Make sure you use a proper property flyer, and if you have questions about that, please contact us, and we will tell you what needs to be on your flyer so that the phone will actually ring. And Kimberly, you were so right with people saying that sometimes they don't see success by using 800 numbers, and that's because they ignore them. Again, everything comes from mindset. If you think that certain leads aren't going to be any good, then when they come in, you're going to say, they're not that good, and your response time is going to be slower. I have found it funny that some of our clients have said, you know what, I don't even get any of those calls. Well, I can look it up. And I've looked it up for people before and say, wow, you've had a ton of calls, and here they all are, and you never answered one of them. So it really has the proof and the reports that you could show what is working and where traffic is coming in. And isn't that exactly what sellers hire you to do? They want to see the reports, but you as an agent, you want to convert everything that comes in. And these callers, when they call in on the 800 number, are usually much easier to convert than any other lead that will be calling you other than a referral. So speaking of referrals, we can use all kinds of awesome tools, but when the market is high, we're 2 weeks ahead of where we normally are. We're usually that second week of February is usually when the season starts. We're ahead of the game this year, and I'm hoping that the trend continues for the rest of 2015. But when you are answering your phone like crazy and you have showings for long days and you're not seeing a day off because Kimberly and I have done this for many years. We understand that. You know who gets forgotten, Kimberly?
Yes, your past
clients, right?
That's where most of my business came from every year.
And when you're busy, you can wake up in June when it slows down and everybody's on vacation and go, oh my goodness, I have not talked to anybody that I helped last year because I've been so busy. We're begging you not to let that happen. And to avoid that from happening, you really need a client nurture plan, something that you've planned out for the entire year that lets your past clients and your sphere of influence know and feel important, because you're training these people to be foot soldiers in your business, and they'll be out there really leveraging everybody for you while you're working with people who are in front of you today. Right? You know that most of your business came from referrals, even though you were really good at working other aspects of it. You know how important referrals are.
Yes, they're very, very important. That was my favorite aspect of my business, and it was great because if I continued to work the referrals, then my business didn't have the highs and lows that I once experienced like crazy. So I like to, when I sell real estate, I like to put a couple of things on automatic. I was talking to one agent this morning. Our area has a beautiful magazine. It's a coffee table worthy magazine. It's called the Birmingham Magazine. So at every closing this year, and you can go back from your closings last year, you can send that magazine for like $7, and it's 12 beautiful issues. It'll say compliments of you on the label, And when you do get busy, and we're not perfect, we're all human, then at least they're getting that once a month. And it'll allow you time to catch up and, you know, not beat yourself up. So that was one thing that I did. And when you do that, you can call and check on them, see how your database is doing, ask them about how they're liking their house, tell them you're going to send them a magazine, then tell them when the issues are going to start, then you can follow it up with a handwritten note. There's just so many things that you can do, but I think the key is to put it on automatic. So when you haven't spoken to them in a while, you don't feel so awkward doing so.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and because then you'll start feeling insecure that you haven't reached out to them and you won't talk to them again. You know, I heard Matt giving some advice right before the hangout, and he said simply by picking up the phone and just saying, I don't know if you even know this, but the market is crazy hot right now. Just kind of letting people know what's going on, because everybody's still trying to pull themselves out of this, you know, holiday era, this holiday funk and fog. And they may not know what's going on in the market. They may not know everybody's phone's ringing off the hook and that buyers are excited again. This is something that, you know, we need to be sharing with people. Because it's going to get more properties on the market. It's going to get sellers excited about that. And when we have a rush of buyers in the market, then that will ultimately bring up prices for our sellers as well. So
another thing that I like to do when I was selling real estate is maybe I had my top 50 clients or my top 50 or my top 60 clients, and I would choose 20 a month and do something very special for them. So maybe it was some kind of little pop-by idea or a special call or a special gift, but I could treat 20 people special this month, no matter how busy I got, if I was intentional about that. And then the next month I have my other 20, and the next month I have my last 20, and then I started all over again. So they didn't know that I had calendared them out to touch them, you know, once a quarter to do something really special. But if you'll just go through your database and do something like that, it's easy to do, and there's enough of you to go around to do that.
Well, and there are other things that you can do to take advantage. We don't want, hey, I'm just too busy to slow down and touch my past clients or my sphere of influence right now. I've got to take advantage of that person in front of me. Yes, we want you to take advantage of that because it may not be here long. So you definitely need to do that. However, don't let that be an excuse for staying in touch, because there are too many tools out there that you can use. Some of our clients have been using the Sly Dial voice broadcast, and I think you can go to slybroadcast.com, and you can actually touch all of your database through one 20-second voicemail. And you can leave just a special message. Hey, Happy New Year. You know, I hope that your holidays were great, and I hope, you know, that you can either talk about real estate or not. You can either say, I hope that you'll think of me and pass my name along, or you can say, I was just thinking about you, and if there's anything I can do for you, please call me, and leave your number. You're going to get a huge response of people saying it was so good to hear from you, because a lot of our clients have tried it lately, and they've kind of been really pumped up and fired up about using it, because you didn't have to sit down and call 100 or 200 people one at a time. They got to touch everybody at once, and wow, what a time saver. And you can make it sound extremely personable. And really that's what it's all about, just touching in so that you can go on and do what you need to do with the people who are in front of you right now.
Right.
So,
Sly Dial works wonderful. I remember just last month I was going to the Bar Association to talk to a class, and I told them about a special upcoming event, and they were like, is your name Kimberly? Or is your name Jenny? I was like, no, I'm Kimberly. And they said, oh, Jenny just called me. And then they all started popping up their hands. She called me too. And I was like, yeah, we tried to touch everybody this morning. But you made it beautiful because it was so personal. I said, yeah, we were trying to talk to everybody that came to this class. So you can do that really well. And you know, another thing, sometimes people would call me for a referral, and if they ever started out, Kimberly, I know you're busy, but I have this referral for you. I knew I was doing something, either talking about myself a little too much, or there was something off kilter in my business. If someone prefaced their referral like that, I know you're busy, but you want to make sure people know that you're never too busy for them. And the more you're able to keep in contact with your database, the less they're going to think that, and the referrals will keep pouring in.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think Jenny might have temporarily like frozen or something. Jenny, are you with us still?
I am. Can you
Gotcha.
hear me?
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you now. It looked like your screen
Oh.
froze. I wasn't sure if it kicked you off or not. So I was about to ask a question, but yeah, so we were just talking about, keeping in touch with past clients. All right. So
One of
if
the
you guys
things
want to move on, yeah, I don't know. She still might be freezing. So Kimberly, did you want to talk a little bit about the open houses? It sounds like in your market right now they're actually working really well, which might be a little unusual. So how would you go about it, maximizing the results that you get from hosting an open house?
Well, we have a plan here called Open House on Steroids, and it's really putting a whole lot of effort into your open houses. It kills me sometimes when people expect great results from open houses, but they didn't start preparing for their open house until Sunday at noon for their 2 o'clock Sunday open house. And I've seen agents putting out directionals and balloons that very day. It needs to start way before that. It needs to start the Tuesday before or even much earlier. People are having great results with themed open houses. We had people doing open houses over the holidays, which were incredible. Then that had like 50 couples there. We have people that have rented ice cream trucks and moonwalks and windsocks. If you put a lot of effort into an open house, you're going to have great results. The main thing about open houses that people are having wonderful results with are going and knocking on doors and inviting the neighbors. We actually had a morning call this morning where we talked a little bit about that. But you can go and knock on the doors of the neighbors, invite them to a neighborhood exclusive open house, maybe, or a luncheon, the hour before the public open house starts. And you simply say, I would love to invite you to this open house, and why don't you come over and see how your house compares to the one that's listed. Everybody thinks they live in the nicest house on the street, and their mind automatically goes to, if Mr. Smith can get this for his house, I wonder how much my house is worth. That's just human nature. Everybody lives in the nicest house on the street. So one of our clients had an open house in a beautiful subdivision this year. And he knocked on all the neighbors' houses, or like 50 neighbors, and he didn't have any buyers show up, but 2 sellers showed up. And then he was like, I don't care if buyers never come to my open house again, because 2 sellers did, and he listed both of their houses. So that gave him great leverage in that community where, he was number 1 anyway. But, if you just put a little bit of effort into open houses, people are really, starting to get out and go look now, and being serious about looking.
Right. People are showing up. So you need to make sure to take full advantage of that. And exactly what you were saying about 50 people showing up. Shell, our very sweet client in Indiana, she had over 50 people show up, and it produced an offer and a backup offer. Okay. How many times have you had the mindset of, I'm never going to get anything off this open house anyway, so why do I bother? Well, she has changed that for everyone because she put full effort into it, and an offer and a backup offer. That is what you would like to be able to tell your seller when you kick them out of the house. And you don't want them to come back home to say, nobody showed up, I'm highly embarrassed, and I probably won't call you for any feedback ever again because now I feel like a total failure. And then you wipe that off of your whole marketing plan altogether. When people are out visiting open houses, they're back active again, and it's a great way for you to take full advantage of that. One of the ways to take advantage of this market right now is, and this is a really tough one, is answering your phone. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I was with one of our agent clients on New Year's Day, and her phone rang several times, and she's ready to go. She said, forget this vacation stuff. I am over it. It is time to get back to production in 2015, day 1. And she asked a bunch of questions on the phone. She scheduled an appointment, and what do you know? She showed them 3 properties. Cash contract to close in January, and Done, all because she answered her phone. So I know that when you're busy with clients, you might think that you can't answer your phone, and I don't want you to be rude at all. What you want to do is set those expectations up and say, I may have to grab my phone a couple of times, and I don't mean to be rude, but at least you're setting some expectations there, and you can quickly say, I'm excited to talk to you. I'm so glad you called. Do you mind if I call you back in 20 minutes? And make sure you live up to your word and call back in 20 minutes, because you've got a connection. Just by picking up and saying, hello, may I please call you back, you're way ahead of most service that customers are going to be receiving today as they're dialing, trying to beg for help to buy a house.
Right, and I think when you answer your phone, you have to remember just to be pleasant. You can sound busy and be pleasant at the same time, which is great because people like to work with busy people. But I remember one time one of my clients called me and she sounded all gruff, and I was like, what's wrong? Did your house burn down? Did you run over your cat? What's happening? And she realized it was me, and she was like, oh, hey, Kimberly. You have to be pleasant when you answer the phone, and that'll get you a lot of business, and it'll get you in the door of many expireds and FSBOs and everything else just by having a pleasant voice. So I think it's really good to remember that that's money on the other end of the line, and watch your tone.
Well, you're absolutely right. And this just goes back to those little bitty things that we forget all the time. I know one of our $10 million producers heard you on a call one day talking about being nice whenever the phone rang, and you would think that somebody who sells as much as he does and makes business happen, that that wouldn't be a tip for him. But he said, whoa, that brought me back to how I used to be so successful, and now I've gotten in the mode of being busy and going, what? Whenever the phone rings. And I mean, that's a huge deal, taking full advantage of this market. Whenever you have a listing, I want you to take full advantage of the promotional opportunities that you have with that property being on the market. One of our agents posted today that she took a listing over the weekend, and I issued a challenge this past Friday on taking 10 listings in the next 30 days, and she was out there working it, and she took one for this challenge, and she said, it may be tough selling because it's a short sale situation. I want you to take whatever you've got a sign in front of, and I want you to have a fully executed marketing and promotion plan for everything that you have out there in your name, so that you can dig up leads and turn that one piece of business into 3. Okay, that's what you need to be thinking. Every time I take one client, I need to turn that into 3. And how do I make that happen? One, we make it happen by asking, who else do you know? Most of the time when I meet people that are buying houses or in the mode of selling a house, it's because somebody at work or at church or friends or family members are also selling their house, and it kind of spurred you on. So certainly you must know at least 3 people who need to sell their house in the next 60 days. Asking. We forget to ask. We get caught up in the relationship that's in front of us, and we're not fully taking advantage of everything that's around us. That kind of business, turning 1 into 3, is far, far easier than spending extra time, money, energy, and effort on bringing in another new lead. So make sure you ask, and if for some reason they say, oh, if I hear of anybody, I'll pass your name on, which of course is the nice thing to do, and you're going to hear it quite often, you have to ask 2 more times throughout the process. Okay, don't just give up and only ask once. And you're not going to do it in an annoying way. You're going to do it in a way that is helping them out. And they're going to see that your service is so good that they would not be embarrassed, or they would not be fearful for recommending you. Got to build that trust. Matt, some of the ways that you help really stay in contact with clients and past clients while agents can fully take advantage of the phone ringing is through having that monthly email with video content going out every single month. Can you tell us a little bit about the statistics that you might have as far as some of the feedback that you get from your clients?
On how to use those videos to generate referrals?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, staying in
Okay.
touch with your past clients. One of the things too that I
Yeah.
love that what you do, Matt, is you'll send it out to, let's say, agents. If you're working Zillow or Trulia, or if you're working maybe a traditional lead generating website like Tiger or Boomtown or Commissions Inc. or some of these other elaborate lead generators, you can get a lot of stale leads quickly because there are hundreds and hundreds that come in every single month. And if you're not systematically touching these people, they're going to be old and stale. And that is going to be, not hundreds. It's going to be thousands of dollars wasted. So Matt, tell us how you stay in touch with those people.
Yeah, so what we help our clients do is film a couple of educational videos, and then we send those out to their database every couple of weeks. And then beyond that, then we're able to put a report into their hands of everyone that opened the email, clicked to watch the video, or clicked one of the call to action links like search for homes or get your home value estimate. So our clients know when they send that out, they know exactly who's interacted with it, and out of the potentially thousands of people that are in their database of past clients and friends and business acquaintances, who's actually interested enough to click the video or click one of the links because they're thinking about making a move at some point. So then they can follow up with those people and really isolate who's interested now, who's interested 6 to 12 months, so that they can just keep on passively keeping in touch. So like you said, if somebody has a system like Boomtown, Commissions Inc., or really if you have a database of anything over 500 people, this is a system that you can use to kind of leverage yourself and send, kind of like you did with the voice broadcast, a very, very personal, compelling message to a lot of people all at once. And then based on who interacts with it, then you can call back and really get some specific follow-up with the people that are most likely to make a move. So that's how our clients use it, and it really is perfect. Like you mentioned with Boomtown, Commissions Inc., those are going to throw off a lot of leads. There's no way to talk to them or communicate with them on any regular basis, just one-to-one. You have to multiply yourself somehow. So it may not be for everyone. Some people it may do better with like an email newsletter. The slide broadcast that you mentioned is another great option, but somehow you have to leverage yourself and get some communication out to those people on a regular basis to keep in touch with them. So that's kind of the piece of it that we help with people with.
That's good. No matter how personal or educational it is, their personality still comes through when they see those videos. And I love the open rate report that you give, because then they don't have to call all 500 people. You know who has raised their hand the highest. So I love that about Vyral.
Yeah.
Well, and I love it too. Our friend Jeff Cook in Charleston, he uses you, and we adore Jeff. He comes and talks to our group a couple times a year, and I love one of his that he sent out. It is not boring real estate stats. Okay, people, they want to know that the market's hot, but they really don't care the percentages. Everybody. When everybody does these elaborate stat reports, you're putting people to sleep, I promise. Because really the only thing that a seller wants to know is how much more money can I get from my house. So don't worry about all the stat stuff. He did something really fun on his, and he gave away baseball tickets. You had to claim them. But in his video, he sent out to everybody, hey, yeah, this is what's going on in the market, but you know what, let's have some fun. Let's go to a baseball game together, and in fact, you know what, I'm paying for your ticket. I'm going to pay for everybody's ticket. All you have to do is just email me back saying you're in, and I'll pick them up for you. I'll leave them at will call for you when you get there. That's huge, and how much fun is that? And you can get, because when you're dealing with the minor leagues, you can get tickets very inexpensively. And what a fun night that could be. And people are going to open that, and they're going to be so appreciative of you because you took the time to say hello and to do something thoughtful for them. Mm-hmm. And it's not annoying. It's not beating somebody up for lots of referrals.
No, and the
Um,
great part about that is you don't even have to, you don't need like a system. It doesn't have to be all the time. That can literally just be an email that comes from you out of Gmail to your top, like Kimberly said, your top, 50 or 60 clients. And you can bring
right.
that down, that same idea you can take and you can spin it a little bit differently. When I was in coaching, I had a client in Atlanta that would buy tickets to the Braves. And you can do this for minor league too, but what he would do is he would take about 5 clients, he'd wait until it was about 2 hours before game time, and he would just go through a list of 5 or 10 people and call them all up and say, hey, I just had a couple of extra tickets, to the Braves game tonight. I can't use them. Would you mind if I gave them to you? And of course, maybe only one out of those 10 people would actually take them up on it, but it gives them an excuse to reach out to 10 different people. And then part of the time, of course, you'll burn through 5 or 10 people and nobody can take the tickets. Well, fantastic. He just went to the game himself.
But he made
So
the effort and he reached out to people. And that's the whole point,
exactly.
right?
So it gave him a great way just to give people a very quick, very personal, high-value touch with absolutely, completely unrelated to real estate. But people know what you do. They know that you're calling to keep in touch with them because you're in business and you want more business. Like, people get it. You don't have to call up, or you don't have to send an email that's always real estate related to generate real estate business. People know what you do.
And they also want to know that you do care about them. So you'll stay in touch with them. They don't want to feel like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, for selling my house. And never get heard, from again. So they don't want to feel like a one-night stand.
Yeah.
They want to be in it for the long haul. That slide dial, that voice broadcast that Kimberly was talking about, we sent that out to 3,000 people. And what's very funny, it was a personal invitation to an event. And if we teach or preach something, we use it so that we can share our experience. And I was in a consult with one of our agents, and the phone would not stop ringing. I mean, for 1 hour, I had over 32 phone calls back saying, hey, Jenny, I missed your call. Hey, Jenny, I saw you called me. Hey, did you need something? I mean, that's all you have to do is send a voice broadcast out and just wait for your phone to ring back. And you can have all of those one-on-one conversations. And how much fun is that? I will never say again that real estate agents don't answer their phones. No, now I say they just don't check their voicemails.
They return their calls.
Yeah, all these agents they were Johnny on the spot getting right back to me. They just didn't know why I had called. And, a lot of them said, I missed a call from this number. So which is great. They're actually hitting redial and getting right on top of their business. So that was fun. But it doesn't have to be about what you say. It doesn't have to be about taking a long time to analyze everything. It's just getting out there, doing it, being personal, not forgetting your past clients, but being real intentional on converting the ones that are in front of you. Any other success stories that we have lately that you want to share, Kimberly?
Well, touching on that just a little bit more, we have several agents that people are just falling in love with them and sending lots of business their way because they're celebrating their city and they're celebrating where they live, and it can be things like the Braves tickets or the minor league tickets. They're posting things about their city that is making them a real attractor factor to people moving into the city or moving into the condos or moving into the lofts. I think if you'll keep that in mind and not be just a humdrum real estate agent and let people know that you love where you live and give them some exciting tips about what to do, we've had great success with agents doing that. And you are who you say you are, right? If it's on the internet, it has to be true. We've just had great success with agents celebrating their city, and then all of a sudden they're thought of as the condo specialist or the loft specialist or the urban specialist in their town. So I think it's really important to do that and let your personality come through a little bit like that too, because those are the people that you'll attract, the people that you're marketing to. And if you just keep that in mind, it makes things a lot easier.
Well, having that passion and letting people see, people want to be around energy and passion. And I think that's what you're pretty much saying with the agents that, for instance, our Jonathan Thompson, who is out there saying get to know Birmingham. And that is his thing. He is always posting different events going on in the city, different architecture, new parks. He loves, loves, loves his city, and it really comes across. And people are drawn to that. They want to be around other passionate people or people who really care about, because we have enough apathetic people in the world today.
Right.
That the light has switched off. So we definitely don't want to be that. We want to add excitement into people's lives, because they're buying houses. They're starting their lives, or starting a new segment of their lives in homes. And when people actually leave one, right, and all the fear that comes with that, they need us there, throwing that excitement and that comfort in to help them with this process.
Mm-hmm. And you have to just remember about perception. With Jonathan Thompson, he's so passionate about his city. People automatically assume, and they assume correctly, that he's passionate about his business too. So you have to think about how you put yourself on social media and know that it's really, really reflective of who you are. So I think that's another great reason to show a little bit of passion.
Well, and Paige, who was our guest last month when we were talking about business planning, she's crazy passionate about her market at Lake Martin, and you'll see it on all of her videos. I love Lake Martin, and now she has trained everybody. When they see her, everybody says, "Hey, Paige, we love Lake Martin," because she's crazy passionate about it. And, people want to call her up and say, "I love Lake Martin too. Show me a place that I'm going to love and want to be a part of." So really taking full advantage of this market right now means staying in touch and following up with buyers. You want to make sure that you are working smarter and not harder by putting those automatic touches in place for your past clients. And you also want to, whenever you have a meeting, make sure you sit down and have a consult so you're not wasting your time. One of our agents came in today, and she said that she was told, "You've got to get out and show these houses this weekend. These people are in a huge hurry." And she goes out, didn't get the backstory yet because she didn't have a chance to, showed them 8 houses, and come to find out they are in a hurry. And they have a house that they're selling for sale by owner, and they haven't gotten qualified for their next. That's not a huge hurry, okay? And there are other people out there that are in a huge hurry, and they need to close something by the end of January, okay? So right now you have to be really smart and prioritize who you're going to spend your time with, because you have a limited amount of hours that you can show. So make sure that you ask the right questions, and you can stay focused on working with those people that are in a hurry and need to close something right away.
Yeah, I think that's great information.
And we've got a few minutes left. Kimberly and Jenny, was there anything else that you'd like people to take away from this event? If there's just a couple of things that the average hardworking agent, maybe they have an assistant or not, they're up and coming, they want to grow their business. Is there a couple of things that they can really take away from this event that you'd wish they would implement in their business right now to take advantage of the way the market is going in this early spring?
Well, I think 2015 is going to be an exciting time, and I think you have to approach your business with excitement and make your expectations align with that. So what you think about, you bring about. So I think if you're just really passionate about your business, that's going to show. Just in what we were talking about, the way you answer the phone, the way you do open houses, give everything 110%, because this industry, what I like the most about it is, there's no ceiling. but that means there's no floor either. So the more work that you put in, the more income that you're going to make. And it's not that way with all industries. You know, take teachers and police officers. Money is not always a good measure of a job well done, but in this industry, it absolutely is. And so I just say 110% effort, show lots of passion, and I think that you're going to have a huge 2015 because the market is hot and it is really, really turning around. So I think you just got to keep your energy level up, and it's going to be an awesome year.
Matt, I want to make sure that we let everybody who is watching today on the Hangout know that our next Hangout, which is the second Monday in February, is going to be with our client, Earl Mooring. And it's all about how to earn 6 figures in your very first year, which he just did, and amazing person, very systematic, and we can't wait to share him with you and share his success with you, because absolutely it can be done. And if you've been in the business more than 1 year, you can learn a lot of stuff from Earl, because he is already on top of this market like you wouldn't believe. Part of being able to take advantage fully of this market is actually being prepared for it. Knowing what you've got to do every day to accomplish your goal is exactly what Earl ended 2014, knowing what he had to do most every single day in 2015. So we're going to end up really going deep with that and talking about how you can earn 6 figures in your first year with Earl on our next Google Hangout. We've got 2 workshops coming up also in February, and one is with our technology director, Mitchell, and with Kimberly, and it's called, How to Organize Your Business, with 2 alternatives, one with high-tech methods and one with low-tech methods, because most people do a variety of both. It is a 2-hour workshop. It's only $49, and it is, I believe, February 10th, and you can register for that on our website at getarealestatelife.com. And we also have another workshop next month called Get Structure in Your Life and in Your Business. It's different from being organized. It's all about being structured and disciplined and doing what's necessary in your business. And that is toward the end of February. So make sure you visit our website at getarealestatelife.com, and we will be happy to entertain you and educate you and make sure that we are supporting you all the way to success.
Sounds great, and we will put those links to the workshops, and that way you can get more information on those. We'll put those right on the Google Plus page so that everyone can get easy access to those. And guys, is there anything else that you want to leave people with, a final point before we let everyone go today?
I would just say make sure you have your client nurture plan in place, your calendar in place, and definitely your marketing promotion plan for all your listings. There is absolutely no way you can fail when you have those things in place. So good luck and tear this market up.
All right, guys. Well, it sounds like everybody's going to have a great 2015. You've got the plan. You know how to implement it. So run with it.
Thanks, Matt. We always appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Look forward to the next Hangout.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
All right.